You're listening to the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show, produced by The Banyan Collective. Find more mind-blowing podcasts at thebanyancollective.com and on iTunes. The Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Adventure for your ears.
You haven't lived until you've heard the show Americans are talking about. The show that launches its listeners to the height of humanity. The audio hour that travels the landscape of adventure. The sound that comforts more than the clip of your first bolt. It's the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show!
All right. We're Outdoor Adventure Summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. I'm your host, Brandon Long. I'm with you for the next 40 minutes or so. By my side, the best co-host in all the land with the best hat on in all the land. And I do have my bowler hat on. We will explain. Todd to the top. We're hanging out in the Gear 30 Lounge today. On this week's show, we do have a weekly happy an interview with Caren Werner from Visit Ogden and Outdoor Weber. And then also we'll give you some on the docket, what is happening in town, what is coming up in the news, including West Face. Precip levels, they've gone up in February. There's a way to get a new lawnmower, and a rock hits another hiker. There's a new lake in a national park, and who won the Iditarod? We'll give you some worth watching, and Gear 30 segment, including yours truly in the Gear 30 segment. If you haven't seen it, we'll tell you what that's all about.
You're famous now.
I'm famous now, yes.
Well, more famous. Yeah.
More famouser. Outside of the podcasting, believe it or not.
Yeah.
A My Land segment, which includes the Diesel Brothers, a quote of the week, and an outdoor jukebox with a van. I got van sessions on my mind. Outdoor jukebox with a band who will be in Salt Lake at the Depot soon, and I'm a fan, so I'm going to play one of their songs for our outdoor jukebox, if that makes sense. All of this and more on the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show, episode 327, West Face. So let's charge.
He summits with the agility of a mountain goat, flashes routes faster than UPS, is more intimate in the mountains than Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Todd to the top.
Todd, you ready for a weekly happy?
Yeah, I think I could always use that, especially
with puppies. Okay, so for those joining us on the podcast, this is a tough one. It's like the volume.
This is the visual part of the podcast.
This is the visual part of the podcast. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
we'll describe it for you.
It's very loud. A shirtless man and his dog saves two other dogs in an ice situation, stuck in an ice pond. You see that? I don't know. Yeah.
Is this happy?
So the
results are happy.
The results are happy. So there's a dog stuck in the pond. And then this guy, it says shirtless man, not shirtless like he's homeless. He got into his brief so he could get into the water is what he did.
So his clothes are dry when he gets out of the water.
So then he dives into the ice water. His
goes
dog
back again.
Yeah, his dog follows because there's two stuck dogs. And his dog is like talking to the other dog like, hey, pal, time to leave the ice. Come on out and warm up, And so
his dog voluntarily got back into that ice.
Got back into the ice, swam to help get the other dog out, which I'm sure you can all see very visually, very clearly through.
Yeah, well, of course, this will be posted.
Podcast.
This is more for us, let's be honest. Yeah.
That is a weekly happy. Okay, so if you wanted something a little more visual, a little more some noise appeal or whatever, we all like Mario Kart, What about Mario Kart in the snow? In the snow, this is what this is right here. It's up on the mountains. They're go-karts, basically, hauling down the mountainside. And I want to do this, in real life.
What I see more than anything? I see the entire Visit Ogden crew doing that, exactly. Like in full Mario costumes. Like each one of them would be a character.
Yes. So we will post both of these. Mario Kart, this is, Kart with a K, of course. This is up in unofficial networks. Oh, good stuff there.
That's
that
so
is
funny.
your
Did they drop
weekly
little turtle
happy.
shells?
They banana
bolts.
peels and the whole everything. Yeah, it's all dipping out the other side there. So, all right, we are joined with Caren Werner, right? Is that correct?
You are correct.
Caren with the C. Was that a whole lifetime of correcting people?
Caren with a C.
Still.
Caren.
Still. And Warner's W-E-R, not W-A. So.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I
You were
grew
just-
up with a Warner.
Oh, you just got it.
Yeah.
Oh, just your whole
It's
life.
okay.
Yeah.
Caren with a C.
Karen, where do we get our cool hats?
JW Hats in Salt Lake City. Custom handmade.
So tell us what's going on
This thing is
right
nice,
now
too.
with the sesquicentennial planning.
So, lots. Sarah's in charge of all of that.
She's like fully embraced.
She's embracing.
Back when we talked to her for the Nine Rails Arts podcast, she was saying how many meetings she was going to almost on the daily. Just like one after
Daily.
another after another.
Yeah. And it's continually evolving. And so that's why follow spike150.com or goldenspike2019.com for all of the details. With the city, with Ogden Downtown Alliance, with the State Commission, with Union Pacific, with Visit Ogden. There's numerous links to activities out at Promontory Point. So that's why within the next few weeks, we'll have all of the details ironed out. At least
Is
Sarah,
everybody getting
Sarah
like
will.
more excited? Like more excited about decisions that are being made?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's continually changing.
Crunch time.
And what's so fun is I can see this mural on the building across the street of the trains
trains?
coming together. I just looked at that. So it's been fun to watch. But yes, Sarah is attending many meetings.
Many meetings.
Many meetings.
I'm so excited for the
I don't know
results,
how you split. Are you involved on that side at all? Because we're here today to talk about Outdoor Weber. So how much
Right.
do you put towards the
I do-
Sasquatch Centennial?
Try
You
spelling
just
it.
can't nail that.
Yeah, try spelling it right.
Mostly Sarah.
Mostly Sarah,
yeah,
okay.
that's her thing.
Okay.
I have been involved with Outdoor Weber now for the second year, and I've been on the planning committee. And it was Brandon Stoddard that roped me in, and I've helped us secure some lodging for the students, made some connections, and I've just stayed involved.
All right, let's start from the beginning. What is Outdoor Weber?
So Outdoor Weber is a program that the Hall Global Entrepreneurship Program through Goddard School of Business thought let's embrace this entrepreneurship program, but let's involve the outdoor program as well. And so they got involved with Camping World, which is the title sponsor, and that's
Like
where
the Camping World.
the
like,
Camping
yeah,
World,
the big-
Marcus Lemonis's company, and he was here last year as keynote. And so they are the title sponsor. And so the students from across the country this year, there were over 80 that submitted their 90-second video. And it's a product or a service that has to do with the outdoor industry. And so that's where it started. And the submissions were amazing. And again, this year we're blown away. And if you get a chance to look at the top 10 finalists, it's been fascinating to see.
Have you looked at any of those yet?
No,
Brandon?
so last year we looked at all of them, and we interviewed some of them last year. And in fact, we hired in the shop here at Gear 30 one of the girls who her company had submitted something,
Okay.
and then she came to work here, which was pretty cool for last summer. I got to talk to her more about the whole process, her version of what she went through. You know, it was fun to hear that side of it. But
And what's been fun to see from last year to this year is the quality of the videos, but also the involvement of mentors. And we were talking about Joe Packham earlier. She's been integral in that and has been so insightful and helpful to a lot of these students.
She's such a great mentor.
She is.
Oh, that's perfect. I didn't
She
know
is.
she was involved this year. That's so great.
She was last year.
Oh my gosh, that's so
she's-
great.
Yeah. So, but there were 35 finalists that actually the public voted on, and there were like over 130,000 votes.
Oh wow.
And so then it was whittled down. So the public voted, and then it was the 35, and then there was a national group of mentors that voted and came up with the top 10 finalists. This year it's been fascinating to see where they came from, because last year it was Grand Valley in Michigan that had the top actually winners. This year 5 from BYU,
Oh wow.
2 from Weber State, 1 from the University of Utah, 1 from Tulane, and then 1 from Merced.
Wow. Representing.
By going to events locally here, outdoor events, Logan usually shows up too.
They do, and
Yeah.
I was surprised that they didn't
Just
finish
not
in the
this year.
top 10.
Yeah, interesting. So what's is this something that is the events are open to the public, or how does that work?
So
Yeah,
this
okay.
year there's a film festival component which will be on March 20th at Peary's Egyptian Theater, And
What's the date today? So when is that? So
it's a week from yesterday.
Okay, next Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's 2 films that will be screening. Steve Hawk will be this keynote there. Brother
Familiar
of,
last name.
Yes, Tony Hawk's
Yeah, why does that
older
sound
brother.
familiar? That's why it sounds familiar. Yeah.
He's actually a journalist. He's an entrepreneur. That's a hard word to say.
An entrepreneur, yeah.
It's like sesquicentennial.
No, that's the hardest word ever. Sesquicentennial.
Brandon is struggling.
I have defaulted to the
Struggling,
Sasquatch Centennial, which just means it's a meeting of the Sasquatches up there in Hidden Valley somewhere.
Somewhere. But that will be Wednesday night, and it's open to the public. Thursday will be the day where the students actually work on their projects with their mentors. But then Friday at Ogden Eccles Conference Center, that's open to the public. That's where the winners will be announced. That's
Okay.
where the $75,000 worth of prize money and product will be awarded. But there's an after party as well that Nurture the Creative Mind has been involved in with a lot of the arts, hands-on type activity. There will be food, vendors, all with the creative outdoor aspect in mind.
I got to take a picture of Caren before I forget here. So, is the public invited to the Friday night?
Yes,
deal? Yeah. Okay.
and that is $7 as well.
Okay.
Tickets can be purchased. You can actually go to both events for $10 or $7 for each, and those tickets can be purchased at outdoorweaver.org.
So this is the second or third year? Second year.
It is.
So is it how much are the students involved in that program on that side?
Oh, 100%.
100%. So this is their final graduation type. You've got to figure this out before you graduate.
No,
No?
this is strictly just a competition that they've been involved in and have participated in, and so that's why it's been such a great. It's been fun to watch the interest across the country.
Yeah.
Especially to see where it was last year as compared to this year.
Yeah, and so how do you keep it growing? How do you keep it getting better,
So it's a learning process, and
Yeah.
as we work with development directors and marketing through the business school, we're learning that it's a trial and error, and by actually reaching out to the professors at these universities that have outdoor programs, entrepreneur programs, that there was a greater response this year.
So it's a 3-day event.
Yes.
A little change in the format. What did you learn from last year that was implemented this year?
Part of it was engaging the community.
Because first year, gosh,
Well,
you had no idea.
it's trial and error,
Yeah.
and you don't really know what you're getting into. The debrief was we included Alan Hall with that, since this is his program, and he was very he sat quiet. It was great, but the comments and the questions he had at the end were very good. He would like to see more of a involvement, not only for students but just the general public as well.
Like the general public could submit or
Yes,
yeah.
participate in some
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
because we're all entrepreneurs in a way, and it's an opportunity for people to show what the product is or a service on just about any level.
So Todd, we're a budding media company. Do you get media
What's this budding?
budding?
part?
Budding. We're 9 years in.
We're blossom.
Yeah.
Blossom.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's much better. We're a blossoming media company. Do you get media submissions, or are they mostly?
It has to be a product
It
or a
has to be a
service.
product or a service. Okay, interesting.
You need to watch these videos, because some of these products, there's a hammock tent that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned the clothing that's recycled, real clothing that's
Real clothing
renewable.
that's been renewed.
Not plastic clothing, sourced from plastic, but it's real fibers.
From the minds of students.
There's a water bottle, seriously,
Yeah.
that charges your cell phone. Like it's
Wait, yours doesn't do that? Is it?
it's so amazing.
No, mine does not do that.
So I feel for the final judge is to come up with who that winner is.
Are they? How much goes into? So there's the product, but then there's a presentation
There is a
and the video.
presentation.
Like, is it all considered?
The presentation and their product development, their business plan is all included in that, and that's how the final judging goes.
Okay, so for more information,
outdoorweaver.org, or that's where all the information lies.
Outdoorweaver.org.
There's actually a lot of information regarding the event itself and more details, because on Friday night is Let me look at my notes.
Look, your eyes are almost in the
I
sun.
know. Ryan Holiday is also the keynote, who is another journalist, entrepreneur, and a New York Times bestseller. And he will be at the conference center as well. So
I got a small announcement.
Okay, small announcement.
Okay, so Wednesday night we talked about is the film at the Egyptian, and that is $7.
yes,
I'm going to share a code. It's a free promo code to see it
What?
for free.
Are you serious?
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so
For everyone listening.
for those of you that are listening, and
there-
so the link will be Outdoor Weber.
'Kay.
And there's links from there as far as buying tickets, right?
Okay.
And
Right.
So my friend Lydia Gravis is the gallery director, and so she's helping kind of sponsor and put this
She
together.
is.
And so, being friends and all,
Look at you, yeah.
and so the promo code that you're going to use is Outdoor Weber, and then the number 4, and then free. So Outdoor Weber 4
Dot free.
For free.
All right.
Thank
so
you,
that's
Lydia.
$7.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And so, really, really good film. Salt Lake
Well,
Ties.
we're
we
going,
talked
right?
about- oh yeah, no, we're for. I already got
Okay,
tickets for us.
okay.
Yeah, no, we'll be there. But this film came out, I think, a year ago. I think you'll recognize filmmaker. I think we were talking. The cinematographer is Renan Ozkirk, who knows what he's doing.
Ostrich out of Salt Lake-ish. Yeah.
About as good as it gets. I just this last week saw a little film that, because of course his buddy is is Honnold, and so the two of them were sort of snowed in on an expedition, and so they did this amazing little video where they got to know each other. Oh, it's fantastic.
What was that?
It's great. I'll have to link that to you.
Okay,
I think it's
okay.
relatively new. Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, Caren? That was pretty good.
We're fortunate to have great local community partners that
Yeah.
have sponsored in kind or product or money.
So
And
outside of Camping World, we've got
Outside of
some local-
Camping
yeah.
World, Solomon, Arc'teryx,
Awesome.
Gear 30,
Sweet. So
Courtyard by Marriott, Social Acts, Solomon Center. So we're fortunate to have such great partners. And that Powder Mountain's doing a ton as well.
we're all coming together.
I know, we're all friends.
You know what I love most? Well, I can't say most. One of the things that I enjoy so much about outdoor events like this is you show up. In this case, you're going to see a couple of really amazing films, and you're going to hear an amazing talk, and then you have the potential of getting a lot of good free swag.
Yeah.
That's what'll be
Yeah,
great
that's
about
pretty
Friday
much-
night is
Yeah.
you have to be there to win. So show up for that. Those fun giveaways at the end.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caren. Try and keep your sanity around all of the planning that goes on at your home base there. There's a lot going on.
I have a feeling that when it gets a little bit closer to the event, it'll be like an all hands.
Look
Oh,
at this.
it is.
It already is.
It's other duties
For
are the same.
sesquicentennial.
It's just how we
Yeah.
do.
For
Yeah.
those
You guys are
watching
awesome.
on the live Facebook feed, and you can see the cool bowler hat I have on, I think it's called the Railman. Is that,
It is.
do I have the
Yep,
Railman?
You've got the Railman on, and Todd's got the Senator.
The Senator. Yeah, the Senator.
How classy do I look?
These are, you can order them at
Well, and-
goldenspike2019.com.
The Gandy's behind me as well.
Oh, the Gandy. Oh, yeah, it is. That's the Gandy. That looks a little more modern country than the. Whatever
Yeah,
this is.
you've got the Railman. That's right, and
Railman.
the Senator.
I really like this.
I love this.
Although-
And you were saying this was inspired by that original photograph of
the
trains
wedding of the
missing.
rails, and they took that photo and they picked 4 hats that were somewhat prominent during that time period, and this is what they came up with.
Oh my gosh,
pretty cool.
how fun
Yeah.
is this?
So
Now, I will say, big headphones, they don't work.
they don't.
The hat
Brandon's-
was not made for
Brandon's
big
struggling
headphones.
with the bowler.
I am like totally like this is, but I could,
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can pull it off.
without the headphones, we're doing.
But you
great.
can buy those online.
Yeah.
At goldenspike2019.com.
Awesome. Thanks,
Okay.
Caren. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Do you need to run? Because we're going to burn through on the docket and in the news.
I do, and
Okay.
I'll have to take the hats with me.
Yeah, of course.
Man,
of course.
are you serious?
Which means we have to get Sarah over here just real quick. We'll get a couple pictures.
All right, station break.
Okay.
We'll get a picture real quick. Stay live.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Chase.
I've got a face with a name.
Oh, absolutely.
Or in a voice, actually.
And a voice.
All right, on the docket, coming up. Hey, did you know that the Ogden Bicycle Collective has been around 10 years already?
10 years.
10 years. 10-year birthday party is, wait, let me check my watch. Saturday. It's Saturday. So head on over to the Ogden Bicycle Collective Saturday. Let's zoom in on us here because, little shorter. There we go. We're in the shadows in the sun. It's a little interesting here.
Yeah, we got some good sun coming through.
Yeah, so Ogden Bicycle Collective 10th anniversary birthday party is Saturday. And then the film,
Thank you,
Mountain, is next Wednesday. So the speakers at the film or after the film? Steve Hawk.
I don't know, before or after, but it'll be
Before or
that
after?
night. Yeah.
Okay. Mountain, which is at Peary's. And we have
Caren.
free tickets, is that right? Not free tickets, but we have a way to get free tickets
Yes,
for
a
Mountain.
pass. We'll give that one more time before it shows out. Yeah.
All right, and then also on the 23rd, a day in the life of a Pall Mall patroller up at Powder Mountain, 7:30 a.m. I think you can hang out with Pal Patroller if you would like to. And then the 5th annual Wasatch Mountain Film Festival up in Park City is April 1st through the 7th. And also that week is the Ogden Restaurant Week, which we'll have more information on in a week or two because that's April 4th through the 14th.
Yeah, and we'll be doing another Restaurant Week show week after next, I think.
We'll be live from which restaurant?
I think Angry Goat.
Angry Goat. Okay.
Yeah. Sydney's lining that up for us.
12th annual Ogden Climbing Festival. Okay, I have the deets.
More deets or the deets?
The deets. So the Friday the 12th is the demo and comp at the front.
Okay.
And then Saturday morning is the cleanup in the boulder field, trail repair and cleanup in the boulder field, followed by clinics in the afternoon.
Oh, and I looked it up. The weather's going to be perfect.
Good, because
Like
it's
absolutely perfect. It's going to be dry. It's not going to be too warm.
Hey,
it's just going to be
even if
absolutely
it
perfect.
pukes rain, that's perfect weather.
Let's just say that's recognizable weather for
But
sure.
man,
Yeah.
it's early April. You just have to remember it's early April and anything can happen. So, and then that evening actually, you'll be able to go to where our home will be in the Monarch, our podcast home. And upstairs, we're going to party in the upstairs. It's called the Royal Room, which I learned. In fact, we're going over there this afternoon to kind of look at the layout and figure out how we're going to do that. But that's where the keynote speaker and all the swag will be. The VIPs will have, we'll get food and we'll have beer for everyone. But I think VIPs will get food and preferred seating is how that's going to work for your VIPs. And then the keynote is Sonny Trotter, climber, has been in the industry a long time, has done some awesome stuff. You can look for more information about him at the Weber. I think it's Weber. If you just search Ogden Climbing Festival, you'll find it on Weber's landing page, and then there's a Facebook page as well, which Facebook is back working again. I know yesterday was
What
fun as a
happened
marketer. Someone broke the internet. It was a Kardashian.
But I noticed it was working a little bit on my mobile device, on my
Pages
phone, but it
worked.
wasn't on the computer.
on my mobile, but I couldn't get Facebook.
Laptop wasn't doing like the whole day.
I couldn't get stuff to upload. It was not fun. It was not. I couldn't tell people about our
The
sale
struggle
today.
was real yesterday.
It was so real. It was so real.
I'm so
yeah.
happy you made it through the day.
Anyway, climbing festival is coming up. You know what? OFC12 is the hashtag, and you can follow along on Instagram as well for the Climbing Fest. So that's a partnership between the Weber State University Outdoor Program, Daniel, who basically started it. Oh, yeah. I posted a really cool blog yesterday because I was curious about the history of it.
Yep.
So I'm like, Daniel, here's some questions about the history of the fest. So he answered the questions, and I got access to all 12 posters because this is the 12th year.
It's cool seeing them all back to back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
Started as the Send Fest.
Sendfest, it
Very
was
first
one,
year.
Sendfest. And I competed in that one.
The Send Fest?
Let's just say I didn't compete very well, but yeah, I competed. Yeah, I entered the climbing comp of the Sendfest. And then, who was the first? Anyway, but that's up at gear30.com. If you go to gear30.com, that's where I put that blog. It's the home of the blog there. And it's the history of the Climbing Fest, which is has some interesting tidbits in there.
It's a good story.
Yeah. So 12th annual, that's April 4th through 13. And then I got the, Ogden Marathon's coming up in May too. So the name of the show, so there's that, yeah, is West Face. West Face. What is that? What is West Face? Well, Dem Ogden boys, who nobody knows who they are. Dem Ogden, well, somebody probably does. Dem Ogden boys, hashtag Dem Ogden boys with a Z. If you look that up on Instagram, that's the only post there is. And we put it up at the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Facebook page because they skied the West Face ski descent of Ben Lomond. Now, why is that important? Well, we can't confirm if anyone has done that before. We know the the South Face gets sent often, maybe every time there's a good ski year, a couple times a year when there's a good ski year. So South Face of Ben Lomond, that happens. West Face is very technical. You look over the edge and it's like, okay. And then speaking to dem Ogden boys, it was jump turns on ice and super sketchy, and they had to. There was no rappelling like off a cliff or down a cliff, but they were definitely roped in sections for safety. It's very technical, and so if anybody knows for sure, if you know someone by name, because it's like, oh, I heard maybe so and so, but we have yet to confirm anyone who has ever sent ski descent down the West Face, and this could be the first. This could be the first. Which is super cool. So, super cool. Yeah, the pictures, if you want to see the pictures, they're up at the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Facebook page, also Ogden Adventure on Instagram, to see the pics that were released to us secretly. I was told to use the hashtag DEM, Ogden Boys, on the release, and that's what I have.
And that's all we can say.
That's all we can say right now.
I think that's probably smart.
So it's kind of fun, though. Yeah, first descent. All right, precip levels. It has been a very good February, and according to the Standard Examiner's article, February series of snowstorms doubled normal precip levels in Utah. Utah saw double the normal amount of precipitation in February, bringing the state's snowpack levels above normal compared to 2018. Well, 2018 was horrid, so I don't know, compared to 2018 was, yes.
Yeah, way better than that.
On average, the state's now water equivalent in February was between 150 to 250% of normal for the month. Good. We need water.
Which means this is exciting for me because I can start watering my lawn now and then just turn the water off in October. So that's what that means, right?
Yeah, and you can take like 4-hour long showers.
Oh, easy.
Like every day.
Yeah. Every day. This is not a desert.
No. Okay. Please don't do that.
No, I
yes. Speaking of environmental stuff, I learned about this too late last year, so I wanted to make sure everyone knows about it.
Electric lawn mowing. So it's called the Caren program for clean air, retrofit, replacement, and off-road technology. Because you got to have an acronym or else it's not a thing, right? It's an intense acronym.
Yeah,
That's
Caren. Repeat that one. Anyway, the Utah Lawnmower Exchange is back. Davis County Health Department, Rocky Mountain Power, Salt Lake County Health Department, UCare, Utah County Health Department, Utah Valley University, Weber Morgan Health Department, and Weber State University. Did you know running a gas-powered lawnmower for an hour emits as much pollution as driving a car nearly 200 miles? So you can get a discount on a new lawnmower. It's a $100 discount on a lawnmower that's electric and or an electric trimmer for $50. Okay, wait a minute. Is that a $100 discount, or you get the lawnmower for $100? Let's see. Be able to exchange a gas-powered lawnmower or trimmer for a discounted electric lawnmower. It says 99 in parentheses. So maybe the new electric lawnmower is $100 and the new electric trimmer is $50. Freaking cool. Like, if you need a new lawnmower anyway, you might as well get an electric one and just turn it in and get the deal. So go online or just search the Caren program, deq.utah. No one's going to remember this. deq.utah.gov/air-quality. Like, come on. This is the worst URL ever. So just search Lawnmower Exchange Utah. You should be able to find it. That's how I found it. What are you doing on your phone over there? Are you communicating?
Shane made a comment. He was watching the video.
He was? Okay.
He said that Todd...
We're talking to the fans.
Yeah, Todd needs to own that hat. So I'm commenting.
Yeah,
I didn't want to give it back.
I know. Yeah, that was pretty... You look good on you.
I'm going to look into that one.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
So those watching on Facebook, Todd's responding to your comments. Hiker critically injured from a falling rock in Moab this time. It's that time of year, man. So hikers beware. Just look above you as it's really wet in spring. Rocks fall. I don't know if it is a thing. A Canadian man, this according to KSL.com, suffered critical injuries Wednesday after a rock came loose from a cliff and hit him while he was hiking. So thank God he didn't die. I don't know how much I can talk about this. Chase in the shop here is he's on a search and rescue team, and I won't tell you which one, but he went out Tuesday night, I think, on a call. It was his first one.
Yeah.
To rescue. It was I think I can say this much. He was a hiker and who was severely unprepared, and got disoriented and got stuck in the rocks in the mountain. So
Was this day or night?
It started probably in the day, but he was out. He didn't get home till like 2 a.m.
Gotcha.
So, but they had to get him down the mountain. It was multiple rappels down a mountain, and hey, the lesson there is it's spring. Everybody wants to go outside. If you don't know what the 10 essentials are, just search hiking 10 essentials. Basically, just have a headlamp, extra clothing, food, water. Stuff to be even on a day hike, because that is when search and rescue goes out. The majority of the time is on these little, I'm just going to go out for an hour or two or whatever.
Plus this time of year too, and this coming month or so, the temperature swings are so extreme.
Enormous. Yeah, good point. Yeah, they really are. A lake formed in a national park. 10-mile lake forms, according to Snowbrains, in Death Valley, the Earth's hottest, driest place on Earth. Now has a lake. Why? Because of rain. A massive lake formed in Death Valley National Park, one of the driest, hottest places on Earth, near Salt Creek last week after a storm packed with tropical moisture drenched Southern California, reports the Sunset.com. The exact length of the lake is unknown, but park officials estimate it's about 10 miles long. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you been to Death Valley?
Yeah.
It's a pretty wild place, man.
Yeah. No, it really is. Yeah.
All right. Well, an Alaskan of all places won the Iditarod sled dog race. Alaska native Pete, is it Kaiser or Kaser? Kaiser. 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 Pete from Alaska won. The Iditarod.
Everybody knows Pete.
Everybody, yeah. All Iditarod people probably like, well, yeah, it's Pete.
It's Pete. Yeah.
It's Pete. Wednesday, throwing his arms over his head and pumping his fist, he became the latest Alaska native. Oh, he's native Alaska. Not just, he just doesn't live there.
So everybody knows Pete.
Yeah, everybody, to claim the victory in the iconic sled dog race. He's 31 years old. How many? 77 miles. Oh, the final 77 miles. 9 days, 12 hours, 39 minutes. 9 days. It's a 1,000 mile race with dogs. And if you're unfamiliar,
I saw Balto. Did you see Balto at some point?
I don't think I ever did see Balto.
Balto's about
Is it about that
the original
race?
story behind the Iditarod.
That specific race? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it sort of recreates the route where the dogs essentially were running some sort of vaccine from one location to another. So
yeah. I like how the shadows cast. I think the sun is right on my computer. If you're watching online,
shot.
It's very dramatically shot. Yeah, we did that on purpose. We called the sun in for
the
this.
one thing that is just is just gross is the fact that the sun is coming in so strong, illuminating just how dirty my laptop screen is.
Same.
Oh, it's so bad.
I didn't know. How did all these fingerprints get on my screen? I had no idea. It's not a touch screen.
I have cat prints. There's probably blood. I'm what is that? I don't even know what that is. It looks so foul. It just shows you how things accumulate.
Yeah, if you have no idea.
The sun's not directly on it. I don't see all that.
It probably hasn't seen the sun since last July or something. So it's been
I'm assuming there's zero germs on there. Yeah. Thank you, son.
All right, what is worth watching? Okay, so you and I, we went and saw Free Solo.
Free Solo, yes.
Which I watched 3 times within 24 hours, essentially. I saw it in the theater, went home and watched it on Nat Geo, and then the next night I watched it again with my wife because I'm like, you got to watch this. It's so good. You got to watch it.
What did she think of it?
She thought it was good. She thought
she kind of get into it. It's a good story.
It's a really good story.
And there's so much more than just the climb itself. It was everything that kind of led up to it. It told a lot about his relationships and just how I would never really use the word risk taker with him. And a lot of people just kind of dismiss immediately that he's just this crazy risk taker.
I loved how the cameraman had such a hard time. There was a comment, I think it was Tommy Caldwell, or maybe it wasn't, but one of them said, those who know a little bit about climbing are like, oh yeah, he's got this. But those who really know what he's doing were just scared to death. They couldn't watch.
Well, and just knowing that their friend is in frame and
Yeah. Okay, so but I heard Donwall was just as good, if not better, and I haven't seen it yet. It's on Netflix.
That's on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah. So we have to have a Donwall party. And then I found also this was worth watching because, again, this is self-interest. I mean, I pull them up and I'm like, Todd's yawning. I got to catch these. There's an engineer. Well, he's an winery engineer, Dave Orton. He spent $20,000, which sounds like a lot, but if you go see what van conversions are, they're usually way more than 20 grand.
Oh, yeah,
20 grand is not that much for a van conversion on his camper van. And it's a 30-minute film on YouTube that goes over. Apparently, it is unbelievable what this guy did for 20 grand. Retired engineer converts a Ford Transit into a stealth off-grid camper with an indoor shower and toilet, like all the works. And I want to watch it, so I put it on as the worth watching, just so I'll remember to go catch this.
I want to see that van.
Yeah. Oh, it's good looking. It's like grayed out, like blacked out, grayed out kind of a thing.
20 grand is a really good deal for that. Yeah.
All right, Gear 30 segment. Gear 30. So there's a giant sale started today, in store and online, up to 70% off. Winter clearance. It's a Seeing Green clearance sale. We are selling stuff already. So coming into the shop, it's today through Saturday. It is the biggest discount you will see on winter gear this season. Last year's clearance is up to 70% off, and this year's goods are 30, 40, and 50% off. This year's stuff, 3 days only. Come into the shop. Also, if you did not catch my wonderful review of the Cotopaxi, oh man, where'd I hide it? Oh man, oh here it is. The Cotopaxi Alpa 35. This is me. This is weird. This is me on video and me on podcast at the same time.
Alpha 35 liter. It's a really big bag, and supposedly you can use it as a carry-on.
You used all the descriptive words.
Yes, I'm talking to the people.
Because this feels sort of.
This is a big
sort
bag.
of slimy, like smooth, like good smooth slimy, like a seal. Like you want to kind of cuddle with. So I didn't know why they used that, but I guess it's waterproof.
Okay, so this review of the Cotopaxi Alpa 35 Cool Pack is up at the Gear 30 Facebook page. It's like 5 minutes long, and for whatever reason, it has about 1,200 views already. So I don't.
What do you mean for whatever reason? We understand.
Oh man, yeah. So if you want like a completely non-techie review of a bag, because I basically just saw it and opened it up and was like, what are we looking at? And so I gave the review. Sarah was kind enough to record it in the moment, and there it goes. I have my land segment.
Speaking of gear review, I love this. Shane Osgood left another message, a link for a screen cleaner.
A screen
cleaner. Yeah.
I wonder if that really works.
You just see it on the video.
Oh, you probably can. No, it looks terrible on the video. It's so gross. Oh, anyway. All right, so the My Land segment. Oh, my lands. A judge rules that the Diesel Brothers, which I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever caught one of their shows, are liable for a Clean Air Act pollution violations. This according to the Standard Examiner. Judge ruled Thursday that the Diesel Brothers businesses operators are subject to civil penalties under Federal Clean Air Act for selling trucks modified with defeat devices to foil vehicle pollution controls. Now, listen, I know it was like a trendy thing or something. I have no idea what. I don't even know. I'm not into it at all. All I can tell you is when I'm behind one of those trucks and I have an SUV. It's sort of higher off the ground. It just like seeps into your car, and it's the grossest smelling stuff ever, let alone whatever the hell it's doing to the environment and stuff. So anyway, I guess they've got like $100,000 judgment. It's out of Utah. It's out of Utah. I thought it was out of like Bountiful. These guys' shop is local, and they've done some good. I guess the one guy did some good things. There was an incident that went viral. And if you remember this camping last year, there was a Hispanic family that somebody was yelling at, and the Hispanic family didn't understand English very well, and it was very embarrassing for the person who was. In other words, it was low move by this person who was yelling at him to get out of a camp area. And I believe, if I have my facts straight, that one of these Diesel Brother guys bought the dude bought the Hispanic family like a new truck, like a brand new, like. So there's a heart there, you know. They do good things, but this, unless it was all marketing, I can see your face. However, this whole like polluting the air in your drive home, they're going to be fined for it because it violates the Clean Air Act.
Yeah. No, I know. It's a response to nobody likes being told what they can drive and how they can drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, quote of the week. Well, this is kind of a poem, kinda. It's quote of the week.
Well, then you're going to recite it like a poem.
It's really short. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. That is Lao Tzu. It's written in poem form, like with commas
like
and
that.
stuff. Yeah. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. Thank you to Gear 30 for powering today's 327th episode of the Ogden Outdoor Adventure Show. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Spotify, thebanyancollective.com, and the Podbean app.
And I'm going to mention one more time the promo code for the film for Wednesday night of The Mountain. And then there's another film before that, too. I can't remember. Off the
2
top of my
films for the price of a zero.
For the price of zero, yeah. And so I'm going to be very specific in case it is case sensitive. And so the promo code is @. So this is new from like
AT?
Like the @ symbol.
Okay.
Outdoor Weber, capitalize the O and the W for that.
Okay.
Number 4, and then free, FREE lowercase. And maybe we post this when we.
We're gonna have to post. Yeah, we're gonna have to post that. Okay.
So Outdoor Weber for free. So
For free.
no excuse, people.
Join us. We'll be at Perry's next Wednesday for 2 films. One of them is the film Mountain. Chat with us on Twitter if you have any feedback at Ogden Adventure or at Banyan Podcast. This week's Outdoor Jukebox, sifting through hours of crappy music so that you don't have to. This little ditty will get you moving, I tell you. I've had...
Is it a little ditty?
Whoa.
Oh,
starting off
just
fast.
like
yeah,
that.
like it's out of the box.
And
like,
the song's over.
Bam, yeah. The Interrupters are coming to the depot soon, April 6th. Salt Lake City, the depot, the Interrupters. It's like ska punk, and it's just, female lead singer, ska punk band, the Interrupters, and it just gets you moving.
What you need in the morning.
What you need in the morning. So as John Mayer would say, the mountains are calling, and we must go.
Let's go.
She get the hive, now the bees are swarming. They play the victim till the crowd starts forming. She got a history of making a scene, yeah. She tell a story, she got started like he's the executioner, but she's the queen. And he's the one whose neck is in the gear.